All right, welcome everyone. Today is a very special stream. I feel a little bit underprepared, but we're going to keep on going anyway. Today is the 30th anniversary of the Saturn's release in Japan, right? And as you can see from the title, today is also the announcement stream for the SEGA Saturn 30th anniversary game competition. AM25. Also, yeah, Jane, I've been skipping around a lot of these tracks. I didn't want most of them in here. Welcome, Lemmy. Okay, so I don't know how many newcomers, how many old heads are here right now. Let me actually get on the Twitch chat to monitor that for me. You can tell I've been doing like some last minute prep this entire morning. Since like 7 a.m. my time. So like the last 5 hours, I've just been trying to put stuff together, making sure everything's ready. There we go. All right. So yeah, today is the announcement of the game competition. So normally we announce these things way earlier in the year, like end of August or something like that. There's been a little bit of a mix-up with like some of the plans of the competition, judges, etc., etc. We are finally now ready to release it, and I feel like the timing just came out kind of perfect. Because now the announcement starts on the anniversary of the SEGA Saturn, and I feel that that lines up well. The Japanese anniversary, mind you. So let's. Okay, let's check it out. Everyone, if you would please go to emeraldnova.com, and you will see the game competition announcement linked at the bottom. It's also under community. 30th anniversary game competition. So the rules are basically the same as last year. Not much has changed in the format in that regard. So there is the Supreme Court of Saturn, 9 judges, which we will go over in a minute, who will be judging your competition entries. Anything that you make in the categories of an original game, some form of hack, patch, or translation, or some separate Saturn-related utility gets submitted into its category. They're all ranked from best to worst by each judge's individual prejudices or preferences. And then the scores are added up and the low score wins, like golf. Right? This year is a little bit different in that we actually have... Oh, wait, do we have no lyrics on stream? You know the rules. Close enough. Okay, anyway. Every year, I deal with a massive logistical nightmare of like people messaging me in Discord, by email, by SEGA stream thing. And saying, oh yeah, just go download my game at this random link, or in this Dead Media Fire link, or over here or over there, and maybe in 5 months I'll get back to you with like how to receive my competition prize. We're avoiding all that. We have a nice clean Google Docs entry form, and we'll go through how to submit an entry on here once we're done going through all the details of the competition. And this is a hard requirement. That you have to fill out this form in its completion with all the required entries in order for your entry to be counted. And also, there's a hard deadline. April 11th, 2025. No takes, backsies, double stamp, etc., etc. Get it in by then, or don't get it in at all. All right. So there's actually rules to this competition. Finally, once all the entries are in, the judges will be grading them or scoring them for about a month. They'll come back to me by May 10th. So I have this new NVIDIA broadcast set up where I actually have the room echo. Maybe that'll help a little bit. So NVIDIA broadcast is just got reinstalled because it's finally started working again. So maybe that's it, just a little bit. Anyway, the judges will be grading them, scoring them by May 10th. Sup, Pass Machine. So that by May 11th, the U.S. 30th anniversary of the SEGA Saturn release, in my perspective, the true 30th birthday of the Saturn. Oh geez, this is wrong. Not 2024. These should all say 2025. I will fix that after the stream. Every year, I always find some stupid mistake like that. Anyway, so My God, I am redlining the crap out of this mic. I'll try that. Okay, that's probably fine. So Beta Lab 2025, mind you, that will be fixed right after the stream. It is when the final announcements will be made, all the competition results. No sponsors as of yet this year. I am like communicating with a few people about potential sponsorships, but that still needs to be phased out. So sponsors, liable to change. As always, Millennium Shame 90 via That's It Guys is providing some 3D prints for ranking winners. So far, the cash pot for the prizes this year is about $550, which is kind of normal. A lot of that's coming from me. A lot of that's coming from the previous year's entries just not accepting their competition prize pools. So a lot of that got refunded into the pool. We also got some generous donations earlier in the year, which counted toward this year's prizes from Genovi and Dante. And I'm still not done shipping out everything, so this figure will certainly change. This figure is built in to protect me for the end of the competition when I have to mail them again. Great. Anyway, let's go on to meet the judges. Returning from an earlier year's competition, Cerbero, formerly Cerbero with a 3. Longtime SX community member, finally has some time this year to help us out with some of the judges that dropped out. Chris DeLee from Sound Retro Co., magnificent modder and sponsor of last year's competition. David Jimenez, aka Corvus Du, on Discord and SX and what have you. Also longtime SEGA Extreme community member. New to the competition this year, G to the next level. As a YouTube and Twitch personality, he's kind of in the middle of the long play of Phantasy Star 2 for the Sega Genesis. So when I'm not streaming, go ahead and give his stream a looky-loo and see him finish out that game. Hi, Fart Daily. Thanks for joining. And he, among other things, he also does like actual nicely produced YouTube content, including some official work with Sega and Capcom. You actually see one of his latest videos is an interview with Roger Craig Smith, the voice actor of Sonic the Hedgehog. I also went back to watch his interview with Mike Pollock, who's a voice actor for Eggman. So no, he's actually a pretty kind of a big deal in at least the YouTube retro game space. I'm kind of glad to have him on. Once again, coming back with us, Film Cow, Jason Steele, who is in the middle, I believe, of continuing to produce and release out the physical media for the epilogue to Llamas with Hats. So he also does the Video Game Valley, so he'll often stream Sega Saturn games on his YouTube live stream. So catch that when it's on. It's unfortunately not archived too well, so when he finishes one, I have a hard time finding them. Johannes Betts, Joe Engine fame, the guy that made it possible for anyone to actually get started properly in the Sega Saturn using C language. And then, of course, our returning Shiro judges, Pandemonium, Saturn Dave, and Trainoko from the Shiro Media Group. Pandemonium, also with a quite accomplished YouTube channel with a lot of the documentaries slash reviews that he's put on his channel. Some of them have gotten quite big recently. I believe in the last year he's had a couple big ones. Virtua Cop and I don't know, is Virtua Racing out yet, or is that still in previews? I forget. He has got another one in previews. Honestly, I forgot the last big one he did, because I remember NBA Jam and Virtua Cop being big. Someone in chat trying to remind me what else he's done. And then Saturn Dave and Trainoko, regulars on the Shiro Show, Editor's Corner, etc., etc. Lots of Saturn news and commentary there. And probably going to be running into the Shiro Show today in a couple hours as we overrun their stream with ours. So I won't feel bad if you go over there to watch the Saturn news while Ray and I do some game dev stuff. But I'm hoping you stick around. Anyway, there's no entries as of yet. And so let's go through and see the actual process of entering a game entry for the competition. On top of that, I will be adding the Sega Stream competition thread on here. I haven't posted it yet because I was waiting for the stream to go live. So once we're done with the stream, I'll post the thread, and then we'll get everything linked up together, and it's all nice and copacetic. All right. So, let's go through and pretend. Well, no, not really pretend. I'm just gonna end up entering it. Whatever. Let's pretend I'm entering a game here, and then I'm not gonna have an exhaustive list. So we'll just do the scenario team. I'll just say, linked on emeraldnova.com for a list of people. The entry name, the name of the game that we're submitting, the name of the entrant, that is the name of the person that's working on it, or the people that's working on it. So I'm just listing it as scenario team for now. That's going to include me, ReyeMe, Seven Shades, I think AIM25 to an extent, Reddit a little bit, Rink Rat, obviously, Shadow Mask with the sounds is, I'm hoping I'm not forgetting anyone. I have to go back and check the list again to see who's all part of the team still and who's been lost. Let's go over here, contact info. I'll just put my email. It's an original game. The link to the entry. Actually, this is a good chance for us to go to Sega Extreme's resource page. Where my resources. There you. Grab that, drop it in here. Link to a save, no save necessary. No, this is not a secret because I'm showing you guys live on stream. I will be going through PayPal, and I'll use the same, oh no, not that. I'll use the same email to receive any cash prize I might have via PayPal. Physical address, here. I'll show you guys my P.O. box, and if you guys want to send me stuff to my P.O. box, I wouldn't mind too much either. Let me see if I can't grab it. Emerald Nova, P.O. Box 18008. And, well, I gotta shrink the window a little bit so you can see the bottom here. And then last note is additional notes. This is example post for competition, but hopefully also a real actual entry. There we go. And now the response is in. So if I go check my my Google Forms, oh, there's a family tree as well. There's the response. And it gets, it creates a nice little spreadsheet for me to keep track of everything. That way, when I need to go out and actually pay people's prize monies, mail them their 3D prints, keep track of everything, I could just get it all in this nice little Google Doc sheet. Nice and convenient. So, no excuses this year. Everything's going to be happening on time. No time extensions, no delays. Everyone's getting their prize money on time. Everyone's getting their prizes sent on time. Anyway, yeah, that's it. So I hope we will see as many new devs as possible this year. Every year we get a new batch of creativity, not only from like standard competitive devs. I know CubeCat has been in the runnings for a long time as a very strong first place contender, but hasn't quite made it yet. And maybe Seven Shades, his new pack of levels or game materials, whatever this year, will finally break that bridge. I think Scenario, if we're successful this year by April, we'll have a very strong case for getting high up in the rankings. I don't know about first. It depends on how far we can get, but hopefully pretty high. And then there's going to be other people too. So I don't know if Jay Beretta is going to keep updating Cold Case, or Friend Matsuzaka is going to update their game. I think XL2 might be retired. I don't know if Xenos will have a new build of Blue Skies yet. I'm not sure if I have time to help him with that this year, so we'll see. Those are like the previous like top prize winners, and there's been a whole bunch of others who just came out of nowhere and did very well. So like I remember when Herbalsoft was a new name and Seven Shades was a new name. Even Fran Matsuzaka for me was a new name. I hadn't seen any of their work before Bridget Bishop, and then they just blew it out of the water. So not having a whole lot of experience in the Saturn game dev world is not necessarily an indication that you not do well. There's always time or a chance to start deving. I highly recommend getting started on Joe Engine if you don't have anything else to go off of. Also, SGL is available. Y'all is available if you feel like dealing with Y'all, and Mr. Kotfu I think is usually available to answer questions about that, along with Danny Duarte and some other people. And just just give it a shot, and it doesn't cost you anything to enter, and you might win something. The prize pool right now, like I said, is $550. You can donate to increase that prize pot, and it gets distributed out to the winners. The prize pot gets distributed via this allocation. So OG top prize is 13%. We're rolling down to 7th prize at 3%. Hacks, patches, and translations starts at 10%. Top prize down to 3% of the pot for 6th place. And utilities starts at 9 and goes down to 3 for the first 3 prizes. So everyone get cracking. Go to emeraldnova.com to enter. Go to the Sega Extreme forums to get started on your game dev journey. And now today, ReyeMe and I are giving a crack at getting started at a little bit of a visual novel framework. I know Sansagolo did something similar, but we want to do this inside of SRL, and we're hoping that something like this gets hooked into Scenario proper if we can finish that on time. So, Ray, are you alive and well?
Yeah, I'm here. Hello.
Yo. Okay. So, the first thing I want to show off is that we'll run this little sample program out of SRL. And so this is a little bit of a first demonstration of this is what it looks like when you have a just like a text box and choice options. So you can select something in the menu, press a button. You have pressed the first button, and this is like your baseline user interface for a given visual novel thing, right? So the first thing I want to do is I want to try to resize and reshape some of these things. How do I get rid of this? Oh, there we go. I like how convenient this is already. Like you have proper parsing and everything, and this is like plain text parsing. So let's see. Colors, size, and location. So the text holder. Now 150, I believe, is your screen coordinate. Is left side of the screen 0, I'm guessing?
Yep.
Okay. So let's say we started at 20. And what is it? Like what's the standard set format? It's like 320 by 224?
Yep. Yeah, that's right.
So then 300 or 280 would be a good size. And then this is the top of the screen is 0. So let's say, how tall is your font? How big is that font?
8 pixels.
8 pixels. So then, but you have 74. So, but that box can't fit like 10 lines on it, can it? Or 9 lines?
The font should be 8. But you have padding on top of that.
All right. Let
So
me.
you have.
I'm gonna try a little bit of a thing here. Let's see. The one thing about C++ is it just compiles slower than I'm used to, just slightly. Oh wow, you actually can fit like a fair bit. Not bad. All right, let's get this lower on the screen, and I think we can get down to like 9. 7, 8, 9. And let's pretend we're doing a 40 character string and see how that goes. So instead of 50, let's keep it at 74, but we'll do a 20 pixel offset. So 224 minus 20 minus 74 puts the top at 130. And if the size of these things is 220 minus 80 divided by 2, 120. Yeah, 120 to kind of center it. And we'll start it out 30. 50. 70. Then 20. 90. We'll see how that looks.
You got 1200 in there.
Oh shoot, that's not gonna work. Okay, kill. Not too late, I'll just rebuild. Did I get the height wrong? Is it 224 or is it 244? We just need a hair more.
244. Yeah,
Okay.
It's 320 by 240.
I'm gonna add like 4 pixels to the width here.
I think maybe I forgot. Let me check. You can just if you hover over the line 31, there's the screen, TV width and TV height. You can see the resolution that is picked for you on the line 31.
Oh, well, yeah, but 320.
You can even press F12.
Oh, 256? That doesn't make any sense. That's not a standard screen height, is it? 256?
I don't know which one is set. TV. So if you are compiling with mode PAL, it will be 256. If you are compiling with NTSC and it's lowest, it would be 240.
Where's that flag though? The NTSC flag?
In makefile. It's NTSC's. Yeah, but it's not set in the VS Code thingy, so
Okay,
it shows
so
the PAL.
You default
That's the
to
default.
PAL, like a filthy European.
So it's 240 for you, since you have NTSC in makefile.
240 or 244?
240.
Okay, 240 on the dot. So, okay, so let's do 240 minus 20 minus 74, which put us at 146. There. We could probably stand to lower everyone by like 40 units. So let's do that real quick too, because I kind of want to like get a good baseline layout before we start doing some fancy stuff. And Ray and I already started talking about some of the fancy stuff we want to do, and I'll try to walk through the thought process here. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Not that. Yeah. Yeah, you were smart to give me that warning, because that would never have worked. Now it's slightly too close. Actually, Shane, off the top of your head, do you happen to remember what like the safe region of a CRT is normally? Like we want to be inside the safe region, right? I want to say it's like 16 pixels or something like that. I've just been using 20 as a safe. 90%.
I might add the safe region constants to the TV class.
Like plus minus 260. So let's what's 5%? 5 times 240. It's 12 pixel offset, 12 pixel border basically. So we're well into the safe region. I think these guys need to be raised. I don't know, 10-ish pixels. All right, raise this lower number. And then we also want to set up an additional text area. Well, we're just going to call it like the title. Yeah, that looks pretty enough, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks
I'm gonna
fine.
I'm gonna raise them by another 20. But that's only because I want to make room for the title. Okay. So we're gonna have a separate text box. Okay, let's see how to be. Okay. Title. Okay. I'm just gonna put title holder left. I'm gonna go toward Pascal case or Camel case or whatever. So wait, how did you oh. So you have a separate label that's different from just the highlight. So the label itself is the text, right?
Yeah.
All right. But if I were to overwrite this label, then that would overwrite what's going in here.
Well, the text holder is just a container, does not contain anything, and the label object itself is the text on the screen.
Right. So it's passed by reference. So if I were to try to edit it directly, then it would not end well. Yeah. Where did you define label? That's interesting. I'm not familiar with what's going on here. Let's see what happens when I don't mess with that. And then the buttons. Well, let's start with okay. The text holder is left from screen offset. The width. Let's see, 35. 284 is basically 35. So let's do some rough math. Like 8-ish, 8 and change. So let's say a name can be up to 10 characters. So it's like we'll call it 81. And then the height for the buttons is 14. Let's do 14. Instead of 81, let's do 80 plus 2 on each side is 84. Instead of being 146, we want to be above it by 20 for now. So let's do 126. Let's see if what I did there actually added another text box on the screen. Oh, there you go. Now, it's a little too tall. Shrink it by a lot, actually. It says this thing's like 14 pixels tall. Let's do 10. And then we can also lower it by a little bit. Let's give it, let's set it to 130. Oh, jeez. Freaking Windows. That looks a little bit more reasonable. It could be a little bit lower, but whatever. And so this is like a reasonable user interface, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then said the right title just to see what happens. I want to make sure it only replaces inside the selection. Oh, I guess.
I don't think that feature exists.
Oh, dang it. Oh, there's no title message, right? Keep doing that same mistake. Oh, I forgot to offset it properly. Okay, gotta do some quick maps. Okay. Main text box. So this thing starts off at 18, it goes over to 284. It's 302, and we back off by the width, which is 84, which puts us at 218. And then I think I'm going to lower it just slightly more. I mean, this is a really nice containerized setup for this thing. Very demure and mindful, as they say. There we go. This is way... Something's not right.
Some of your spices wrong.
It was here. I added the wrong child. Wrong son died. Alright, run with Mednafen. See, now I'm regretting the how small it is. Because I mean that's not like okay, that's gonna bother me. Let's one last change, one last fix.
Well, I did not have any time to implement the resizing. Sorry for that.
No. That's fine to not have that. It's just like a little bit of anal retentiveness. I just expand it to 92 just to get that one extra character in there. And by adding 8 to that, I should be subtracting 8 from the position. There, perfect. All right, and so we can do 35 by 9 bits of text on a line. Now, my question is, if you actually tried to read that on a CRT, would it come out well?
I don't know. I have never tried it with this font. This is the prototype font I made for, I think, Tank game, was it?
Oh.
So I have never tried that.
I might change a little bit of the serifing on like number 2 and what else, like the letter S, like it's a little splotchy there, but that's like a minor thing. In fact, I could probably do that just real quick right here.
You can even check out how the font is made.
Yeah. Open with let's open it with GIMP.
I think I made it just RGB because I got fed up with one pack and I was not going to spend more than 3 hours on this demo, so
Oh, that's interesting. No, so it looks like it's like this font here
mhm.
looks fine, right? It's okay. But in the emulator, I think it might be doubling something. I don't know.
It's like a single line gets doubled in the middle or something like that.
Now, is that real or is that just emulation?
I have no idea.
This might be a bit much, though. I might... No, sorry. You guys can't actually see what I'm seeing. So, I'm going to go to the hard 1-pixel eraser. Just get rid of that. And that's enough to recognize that as a 0, I think. Let me get... The problem with GIMP is it's like, it thinks it's a Photoshop tool, but it's obviously not Photoshop. And now I got to figure out how to get a brush to do a 1-pixel wide.
Just copy the pixel in the place and then delete the old one.
Yeah, that's like the most reasonable way of doing this, actually. Actually, to make a 0, really it just needs to be slightly skinnier. So if I just move it by... No, not like that. Why?
Can't you just drag it?
There. No, GIMP has a really special user interface in that regard.
GIMP is special.
M is probably fine. The S is gonna bother me, but I'll leave it be. Like the 2 also had this weird effect on it, but that's... This is correct though, so it's probably just how it looks on the screen. It's probably fine on a CRT. Anyway, let me let's just make sure that compiles the same way when we're just doing some GIMP stuff. It should be inheriting whatever color mode it started with. Oh no! What happened to 0? That's not right.
I think GIMP is breaking the alpha channel.
What program do you use?
PaintNet or ASprite.
Is PaintNet gonna work? Oh,
yeah,
there's
that's gonna work
with unsaved changes. Okay. Let's open this with paint.net. So Metafen, I think, is just set to factory default settings, and I'm not certain how I would go about changing that. Thing is, in paint.net, this looks fine. This looks correct. Delete. 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 It might be because it's so skinny that it's doing some weird funny stuff with it. You know what? I think Haas is right. Let's look real quick on Metafen pixel scaling settings. Okay. Command key. Toggle full screen mode. Rotate screen. Yeah, none of that's gonna help actually. It's not, well, I mean, I don't think the font layer is getting a weird scaling thing going on unless
The
unless you're
font
doing
is
some,
just VDP sprites.
yeah, it should just be like a straight up print of the sprite itself. Let's see if there's like a render. I mean, it'll anti-alias if you're scaling the sprite at all, but this should not. Is this a VDP1 or VDP2 sprite actually, Ray?
VDP1.
Okay, so there is a risk of it trying to scale like that, yes. Where's scaling? So maybe the config. I'll double look at the config real quick before we move on, and just accept that that's just a weird artifact. Let me go into the emulator and try to find Saturn.special or whatever. .special. Well, great. It has like every freaking console. Oh. SS.special. None. SS stretch and SS special. So let's see if we can't fix that right quick. Let's do aspect int. That makes sense. I don't think it's Oh. I'm going to try to preserve the aspect ratio. And then I'm going to have it do scale 3x in the special render thing. Alright, let's try that. And if that doesn't fix it, then I'll just move on. What the heck is this? It's smoothing. Look at that. No, that is
even worse.
That is like that's wacky. How did you get that from that?
The dial box is sick though with the radius corner.
It's not supposed to be like super scaled or anything. I wanted integer scaling. Here, okay, none. Let's go back to none. That's probably it. I think it's. I do not understand people that configure their emulators like that. Like, I don't understand how that's even an option. It's insane to me. Okay, so Ray, a couple things. First, and I'm just trying to like analyze what's going on here. That 0 looks really, really dark. Like compared to the other guys.
I said it before. That is because GIMP messes up the alpha channel in the TGA. And I have no idea how to read it properly. Because it sets the alpha channel to value that indicates that there is no alpha channel. But then it sets the colors somehow so that it knows that there is an alpha channel. And it causes this mess.
No, don't, never anti-alias. Why would you even suggest that? Okay. So now I am copying over what I believe to be the alpha values of these colors from the surrounding colors. It was a 24-bit, right? Or is it 32?
You need to set 32.
Right, okay.
If you want alpha channel.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're not even in the right place. Air. Projects. CD sample. CD. Data. There we go. Alright, so that's saving correct. Okay, let's try that again. Well, it's not incorrect. There is...
Well, it's better. A bit.
Yeah. It looks more like a 0. It's adding an extra pixel here, but I think that's literally, like... I think that's a consequence of using BDP1. I think that might be partially unavoidable because of the way BDP1 processes stuff. It's like that 7 is also a little bit funky, but... yeah, it's not supposed to look that thick at the base. And I suspect on console it doesn't look quite that bad. Anyway. I think we messed around with that enough anyway, because what we really wanted to talk about today is a VN, like a visual novel engine kind of thing, like a parser. Well, we could do one more thing. I want to add in a background, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Let me here, I got this open game art thing, and I'm gonna go into a 512 by 512 thing. And then, do you know how to resize the selection?
Use in the left, you have the toolbar,
Mhm.
and you have selected the blue cursor. Select the white cursor underneath it, on the top right. This one. Now you can move the selection only.
Well, I don't want to. Well, no,
Or you want to
let,
move like the image, or
I
what you
want to
want to do?
resize the selected image that I've pasted in. Right, so I have.
Then you can just
Right,
grab the corner.
I'll just do
Click
this
on
for now.
expand canvas, and in the top toolbar.
What? Which part?
Well, what you want to do? Tell me first. You
Well,
want to cut out a specific part of the image, right?
yeah, but I'm gonna resize it. I was planning on doing it differently, but I'll just do it like this. So. Yeah. You can always just do like a straight up 512, 512, I guess. There. There, and that can be a background.
Mm.
And then we can save as TGA. BG001.TGA. 32-bit. And now, I would like to try to load it in. So
You can use you want VDP2, so you will use the VDP2 stuff. From 7 Shades.
let's see if we can't poke through it in real time.
So you will just. So firstly, you need to load the TGA.
TGA. There's two separate selections there for that. File name, and then settings. I'm not sure what the settings are going to be good for here.
You can ignore that. That is defaulted to something.
Okay. So let's just do. What's the class type return on that? SRL bitmap TGA. Oh, is that incorrect?
No, that is correct, but the last TGA is constructor, so you don't need that.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Hey, Seven. We're working a little bit with TGA VDP2 stuff. You came in just the right time. You can join us in chat if you like. Okay. So then now we can use that. Oh, jeez, my freaking Windows. That preview function sucks. Get rid of Steam. I got way too many tabs open. All right, and then we'll just use the TGA constructor. BG.
No, that's not how we use constructors.
Oh, sorry.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hey, howdy.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, there's one too many.
No, just remove the second TGA. And since you used the pointer, you need to put new before it.
It's not like that part.
Yeah, like that.
Testing, can you hear me?
And you used wrong quotation marks.
You're coming in like Kenny from South Park 7.
Oh no.
Okay.
Now it's happy.
So now we have a 512 by 512 TG 32-bit TGA loaded in memory, which it's kind of hefty if you think about it. Like that's going to high work RAM, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we want to shove it over into V2 as quickly as possible and then unload it. So let's get up to there.
Yeah, you're gonna want Oh wait, is this RGB then?
I think it's being loaded in as RGB 555.
Yeah, it's probably not gonna. The VDC2 loader isn't going to like 512 by 512 RGB. I think the maximum is like 256 for RGB, just because the allocator only allocates a maximum of 1 bank's worth for the image data.
But 512 should be 1 bank, if I'm remembering correctly.
I don't know if 512 by 512 RGB is 1 bank.
512 times 512 times
Times 2.
2 bytes per pixel divided by 1024. So 512. Oh no, yeah, that's 2 banks worth of RAM, isn't it?
Yeah. So
Okay.
it would need to be half the image size or use 8-bit color.
Okay,
And
so
not
like
8-bit. I'm sorry, yeah, 8-bit, yeah. 8-bit palette.
so for now, oh geez, no, not that. Let's get this selection down to 256. All right.
Yep.
Okay, so now that's our background. Okay. And hopefully it doesn't rotate inside of memory, but okay. So now, VDP2, we're going to RGB 0. Is there a nice convenient...
You can do it on RGB 0, you can do it on NBG 0 or NBG 1 for RGB images.
Yeah, but if we're not doing like a tile map, we're doing a straight up just massive bitmap. What is there a function set up for it already?
Oh dang.
What?
You just want to load it as a bitmap. I have a converter that will convert it into a tile map and load it as a tile map. That's what I have set up right now.
Okay, but can you load up a straight up bitmap?
Using SCL functions, yes, but I don't think I have straight up bitmap loading in the main thing for SRL yet.
Okay. So the tile converter, that's not part of SRL. That's like your own tool. That's separate, right?
No, you can convert any bitmap image into a tile map in Engine, in the library, using let's see, it should be tile map. It should be under tile map, interfaces. Yeah, tile map interfaces BMP to tile is the whole thing. It's not under BDP2. It's a separate module.
Tile map interfaces.
Yeah.
Bitmap to tile.
BMP to tile.
Okay, and the bitmap, is that an already loaded bitmap, or is that like...
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
So
that's,
you've
we've already
loaded the
got that.
PGA, and then you just load it into that. You just provide your pointer to your pointer that you made for the TGA into this interface, and then it will convert it to a tile map.
Okay. Let's try this. EG, TGA. And this is going to be BG tile map. No, I did the same thing again.
Yeah, yeah, need the second one.
Oh, is this not in this current build?
No, you are giving it a pointer and it wants a reference instead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you just...
Oh wait, did I do that wrong?
I
Is
changed
that supposed to
that
be?
way.
There we go.
No, that's a pointer to pointer.
Yeah.
I get them. I get the directionality backwards as well. Okay, so now we have a tile map. Now we want to apply it to VDP2. So let's go back over to VDP2.
At this point, you can also delete the original bitmap. Like, right after you open it with BMP to tile it, copied it over, you can free the memory associated with the bitmap that you loaded.
Is it like a dot free, or is it free this?
It's
Just write delete.
What?
delete. Yeah. Just
No,
write
delete.
Just
Okay.
delete BTT. Yeah. Keyword delete.
Like that?
Yeah,
There,
keyword
well,
delete. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay,
so-
I've never done that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Then we can just do load tile map.
With the specific layer that you want, like RBG or NBT or whatever.
So, oh wait, why am I? Ah, jeez.
Choose one of the NPGs, probably. That would be the best.
As opposed to RPG. Okay,
RPG
let's
is the plain one.
Yeah. Just NBT. Try NBT 0 first.
Okay, so
So VDP2, NBT 0, load tile map.
oh, this is not copyable text. That's
Oh, that's weird.
yeah, that's part of the image, almost, or something. I don't know. The way it's generated is just
You
slightly.
you have the class at the very top also.
Oh, what do you know? So I do. MBG0. Okay. And then where's the dot load tile map?
It's the
the double colon.
I thought it was a function call. It was no. Okay, whatever.
It is a function call, but it's static function call.
Okay, I'm still getting used to that. Okay, there we go. Oh, what is that formatting? What is this thing that is going on here with
That's weird.
VS Code?
That is VS Code trying to show you what parameter it is. You can turn it off in the VS Code settings.
I'm not going to bother with that right now. It's just a little bit orienting, you know. Here, I'll keep my deletes in the same block. So I'm guessing now that the tile map has been loaded into VDP2 VRAM, I can delete the tile map that's in memory.
Yeah.
All right. And once it's in VDP2 VRAM, it's there. It's displaying.
No, it will not display until you turn display of NVG0 on.
Ooh, okay.
You want to go scroll enable is what enables the scroll for display. So you just NVG0, then scroll enable.
Like so.
Yep.
All right, let's see if that runs.
I'll have to see if hopefully the image is small enough.
Now, I don't know. We might have to put in the offset because it's overfilling the screen, obviously. Oh.
Will it do anything?
Cell data exceeds. Something's in VRAM already.
Why is that? Huh.
Did I save this yet? Maybe I didn't save it or something. I don't know.
I'm making the image even smaller. Just to make sure that it's not a weird... I don't know. How big is an RGB? So it's 512. You have it 512 by 256 right now?
Yeah. It says it's 512 kilobytes though. That's way too big, right? Like.
Yeah, that's too big.
Also, it's 32-bit. Shouldn't I save? Like, if I saved it as a 24-bit, it wouldn't help that much though.
No, it wouldn't. It would. Let's see.
But this is like the default size for like filling up a background channel, right? So.
Yeah, RGB 512 by 256 is still 2 banks for a 0.
Okay, how much we got to shrink this by?
It needs to be 256 by 256.
So that's smaller than screen space, though.
Yes, it is.
So are we not able to get like a screen that's like that fills up the background?
Let me see. 256. I mean, I know we can with 256 palette images.
Okay, and I'll keep that in mind.
I've done the calculations for RGB.
Right. So for just another thing is that if I save this as a 24-bit, the loader can still load it. right, Ray?
Yeah, the DJ loader
okay.
can still handle it, even if you set the compression.
Okay, so let's try number 2. Now the thing is, if the background is undersized, it's underfilling the screen, so either it needs to get stretched out somehow, or
Might. Let's see. If you load it onto one of the NVGs, you can scale them.
insufficient.
Why are you telling us that?
It's specifically the VRAM. It thinks that there's not enough VRAM.
And before that, it asserted that it couldn't convert the tile map to begin with. Why was that? Never tried loading an RGB image this big, so maybe it's just not. Maybe there's something broken. I have to go back and fix in the converter.
I mean, you guys got something working already with the VDP2 samples, though. It's just obviously not full size. But
Yeah, but that was also 256 color palletized.
okay. What's if we're feeling iffy about GIMP, what's like the go-to editor of choice for palletized sprite? Is it just a sprite?
Yeah, for me, yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can't. I'll do a quick little.
GIMP is fine for just converting an image, though, as long as it doesn't have alpha.
I'm gonna have to like purchase a sprite down the line.
I can send you installer if you want.
Well, I've downloaded the trial. Oh boy. What? No, not package. What package launcher is that? Oh boy, this is an interesting user interface. I feel like it's overdoing it a bit. It's trying a little bit too hard to be creative.
Oh, yeah. It's weird, like everything's in pixel art.
Did it automatically give me a palletized image?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, let's see. Indexed. No, I want more than 100. Give me. How do I tell it I want a very specific number of... Oh, 100%. But I want... How do I tell it how many colors I want?
Well, it's going to do 256 colors all the time for DGAs. Unless you modify the color palette yourself.
I don't count, but it's like 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You can just hover over it, and in the bottom toolbar you will see the number of the...
It says 253. So 254 colors? Can't... It's being very difficult about the... There we go. Thank you. Alright. Not the most convenient thing in the world, but at least, alright. Let's try that. So number 3 is the 512 by 256 256 color palette. Ah! Ray, help me.
What?
The installer.
Okay. Just wait a minute.
Saving is not support. Okay. That's fair. Okay, fine. How much do you cost? Like, actually? $20? Well, shoot. Actually, let me go into Steam and I'll just freaking buy it, because, like, this is...
I have it from GOG.
Yeah. Oh, it's on GOG? Even better. Let me
Yeah.
buy it from... If it's on GOG, I'll buy it. I mean... Oh, Steam, it does not play nice with OBS, apparently.
It should be on GOG as well.
It doesn't seem to be. Am I spelling it wrong?
It's not
Ace Sprite, not A's Sprite. Ace. Right.
Or yeah, wait. I know I have it from Humble, so I just
Okay. I think Humble means Steam.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. If it was on GOG, I'd be like happy. Now I'll just like begrudgingly buy it. Screw it, whatever. Boop, 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 boop.
Don't stream your payment.
Yeah. Okay, install content. No, fine.
Yeah, I have the installer for it on the Humble bundle. Like offline installer without Steam.
Now I'm gonna try running Ace Sprite with my Steam Deck. Just try doing art with the touchscreen.
That could be cool because it can do also animations.
Stop asking me for the phone. Okay, just open that one. Skip. Okay.
Also, you don't need to resize the palette. It will just in the TJ it will say 253 and the loader detects that it's bigger than any other, so it will just pick 256 palette.
Alright, whatever. Next. Color mode indexed. Save as. Okay, no compression. I don't like compression. I'll deal with load times before I deal with compression. Well, I mean, that looks like it's working, so let's try it in Engine. Run with Metafin. Okay. Let's see what error we get this time with indexed. Size unsupported. Cell allocation failed. Cell 6 VRAM allocation.
Why would the size be unsupported?
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry, I must have implemented some size check wrong then, because that size should be supported.
Okay, we'll do one more go.
Rotate the image by 90 degrees.
Sure.
That might be it.
Like that. I knew there was going to be something silly like that.
Yeah, it might be just that.
So I've seen a lot of Saturn backgrounds being stored at a 90-degree angle, but I can never really get straight what I should be using or not. Okay, honestly, like I've heard this song so many times that I'm just gonna take it off the rotation. It's just I never enjoyed it.
It complained about maximum tile size or something like that.
Is there something weird about how we're doing the? Oh wait, no, I didn't load the right one. Sorry,
Oh,
I was supposed to do 4.
Well, it's good to figure out these bugs now because you are so far the only other person who has tested these bugs.
I can barely understand what you're saying.
maximum tile
I said you're
setup
so far the
size.
only other person who has tested any of these functions, so it's good to get the bugs worked out.
Yeah. Because like in Joe, like there's like a path toward just dumping a bitmap into VRAM, like straight up.
Joe also does not do that. It's just doing the tile map again.
Oh, okay.
So
And
also
it does
converts
it.
tile map.
Yeah, and it does it incorrectly because if you just give it 320 by 240, it will tile it incorrectly.
Okay, so let's let me where's
Let me
my
look into some things and get back to you on that.
Yeah, sure. In the meantime, let me resize this thing. Yeah, come on.
Do you think you could send me the image that you're using on Discord or something so that I can test with it?
Yeah, sure. Let me drop it in. I think this is like the full version without any sort of. Do you want the indexed version?
Sure, I'll take
Yeah.
the index version and the RGB version actually, just to increase the number of cases in a second.
There, I think one should be indexed, one should be not indexed. Better. Something like that. Yeah. Stream. Sprite. Cam size. Shrink it 256. Yeah, let's do that. That'll be number 5. One of these will work.
Maybe, unless I broke everything and didn't realize it. It's entirely possible, although definitely working in the sample, so let's see.
Let me do one more, just as a safety check. There, I shrank it to 128, 128. Terrible background quality, but we can at least check. Oh, geez, you guys can't see anything I'm doing if I do it that way. All right. I could do without the preview, actually. Okay. So, let's try... number 5 is 256, 256. All right, so it's on top, which okay, fine. It's at least there. I prefer if it was not on top. Now let's check the
You need to
orientation.
change the order.
Yeah.
The priority.
Loaded. Okay. So it at least loaded. something.
It's not
I'll
it's
get the
not
size
being
thing worked out.
it's not being stored, or at least the rotation. The display rotation that I'm getting is the same display rotation that it's doing. So you see how the planet's on the lower left corner there? That's how he rotated it. So it's not a 90-degree rotation. So it's not like a 256 by 512 visual, which I think we already ruled out. But it's good to know that what you see is what you get with the sprite. So that's the first thing. And that was the 256 by 256. So maybe if I took the bigger picture, like let's go back to the first one, and we'll, oh geez, I keep doing the same thing, right? Like, I make it so you guys can't actually see anything. Okay. Let's take that and let's actually do screen size, right? So the screen size is a width of 320 by a height of 240. Is that correct? I mean, that's what I have in my head right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Let's do 320 by 240. And we'll save that as M7. All right. At the very least, it'll fill the screen. Nope. Not enough room.
Oh.
Ugh.
What resolution did you set the image to?
It was 320 by 240.
Going to need to currently be a visible by 16 by 16 tiles. I do not have it set up to support something that is not like.
Okay, I made it. I made a mistake.
The size of the tiles.
Yeah, I made a mistake. So the that wasn't indexed. Let me try it again, but indexed. That might help a little bit.
Let's see, 16 by. $320 divided by.
There we go. It's slightly narrower than the screen, so it tells me maybe I'm not at 320. Let's just do a little bit of real quick research here. First off, Saturn resolutions. There's a whole list of those.
And this thing could also be
in the documentation. You can go to the documentation for SRL.
Okay.
And there you say TV. It's right above VDPs.
So we're not at 352, 224.
Could be NTSC 320.
Right.
Yeah, it's when I look into the TV class, when mode is set to NTSC, it's 320 by 240.
So maybe the background might just be. It literally could just be dead space. It's like not optional. I don't know.
I think Medicine might display like a bit of overscan area too around it.
But that means I'm probably also slightly bigger than I need to be. So we're probably not 240, we're probably 224. Anyway, that part's not super important. Let's move this back into the background. How do we set the Z level for NBG0?
So what is sprite set to? I think sprite is by default set to like layer 3 or layer 4. You want to set NBG0 to a layer that's smaller than that. So in NBG0 there's going to be set priority, and you're going to use that and set it to like layer 1 or layer 0 or something. A little bit further back. Yeah, just NB20. They all are built off the same template, so it's documentation up here.
Okay, so what's
the way to...
Are we using Painter's algorithm? So 0?
Yeah. So lower layers. There's actually an enum for it, like I think it's called layer 0, capital L. It should also show you enum for the... Okay.
Let me see if I can't track down the enums.
Or it might actually require you to actually go into the namespace. Yeah.
You can, you need to specify the class and such. So if you want to type less, you will use usings at the top of the C++ file.
Oh yeah, using namespace BDP2.
So, but using... I'm not sure.
Using, yeah. And that's
just that?
all. Yeah. And
Oh,
now,
minor.
if you go down to the lines, you don't need to write the SRL :VDP2 anymore. Now you just write...
I don't want to do it that way. Like, can't I just bring in namespace? Like, I'll just write out the namespace for that layer because I'm only doing it for one line.
You already had it.
So the full thing is going to be SRL BDP2. What is the
priority
called? Priority
layer 0.
Yeah.
And if you use the use double column.
Use double column priority on layer 0. Like that's the whole.
Okay. Yeah, because I'd rather that than mess with my namespace. Right.
No, if you do usings, you no longer need to write SRL VDP2.
I mean, I'm fine with that. That helps. Like, it's a little Java-like, but it helps me keep track of stuff. I'm fine with that.
Well, in Java you can do the same.
I know, but most of the time I don't see it being used that way. It got drawn behind the background of the actual like engine. Maybe layer 1.
Oh yeah, maybe layer 1. Layer 0 actually means don't display it. That is correct. I forgot to put that in the document.
So that looks like a visual novel, right? Like this is an acceptable level of fidelity on the text and the background to pass. Now I'm still a little bit off put by that overscan. It's not going to be there in the real thing. It's just, let me see. Can I change the where's the init statement? Color is blue. Let me just at least change it to black so I don't have to look at it too much. Wait. Anyway, so now we have a background. Let's I think I had some sprites made already for this. So let's bring that in. And I'll delete the A sprite trial that I'm not using anymore. Let's see, under my game dev assets.
Did you send over the assets that weren't working?
Yeah, it's in the voice chat that we have. Like, open the chat.
Oh, it's in the voice chat. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. All right. So whatchamacallit? Where were we? Here, 2D sprites. Now I know that I was doing sprites the other day, and maybe it's under projects instead. Yeah, it is. It's right. There. We have this nice little sprite generator on this website. I forget it. I'll link it later if anyone's interested. Jeez, oh, geez, every single command is different for me. But there's a young Lieutenant Colonel Dren. Let me just grab one of these sprites that looks like relatively normal. And then we'll do, how wide is this? It's like a... Where's my selection? A 49 by 60. So... what is like 8 times 8? 64, 7... 56, 6? 48? Yeah, okay, let's do 48 by... Let's see, how 48 by 56, I think. Did that get resized somehow? Or is my selection just really freaking big? Okay. I don't know if this thing's like centered or not. Let's see. That's 9 pixels on his right. 9 pixels on his left. Okay, I guess that's centered. It's a bit much, but I'll leave it like that. Whoa, ho. I want it to regenerate the colors. There's another thing again where it's like it's not giving me the color selection I really want. So maybe I'll do Ray, what's like the standard number of colors that you would want generated?
What I do is just open the image and then I change it to indexed. I do not go to the advanced options. I just change it to indexed.
Yeah, but I
That's
mean, you
all
saw
I
what
do.
happened when I did that, right? Like, here, when I set color mode to indexed, he got all like they put pink on his snout.
Hmm.
So that's what I'm trying to fix. I'm trying to like.
Wait a second. I need to look into the sprite if I remember it correctly. So if I open an image, if I open an image, it loads some kind of a palette. Okay, so open the image, like new image, just open it,
Yeah.
or just get it into the original state. When in the palette window, you will see the lock icon
Yeah.
and the arrow, and you click on the last one and the very last option.
Just to sort it by descent. That is
The free lines icon.
Yeah. Okay.
The free lines icon and
Ooh. Okay, and then, but like, let's try 16. Okay, somehow it just, I see what happened. Right, it was using some sort of default palette. Still don't like that too much. I'll do I'll do like 32. Is 32 a normal palette size, or do we support that?
on Saturn, there's 16, 64, 128, and 256.
64 is fine. It did. I only really needed what? I needed 32, but I'm using 64. Whatever.
Well, we do not have 32 color palette.
It really shouldn't be 256. It should be. Well, it should be not that. I'll tell you that much. It should be able to like in CRAM, you should be able to do a smaller palette size. You should be able to store a 64 color palette.
You can store smaller ones.
Yeah, like it'll get indexed against like bigger ones. So like if you want to store a bigger one, you can cram them in, and you could do like yeah. You could do like a bunch of 64s next to each other. You can even do 16s next to each other. It's just
Yeah,
that you can't...
I wrote whole CRM manager for that.
Yeah. You just can't like start a 256 in the middle of a 256 block, if that makes sense, right?
You cannot.
Right. No, I'm just like, are you looking at chat? Yeah, because like Haas Machine is saying that they all get converted to 256, but I know that's not true because like the CRAM supports a lot of different modes.
Well, they do not get converted to 256. In Joe, yeah. In SRL, no. SRL actually uses the right amount of colors in the palette. It has a whole CRM manager where you can specify that you want to allocate this CRM block for your palette you want to use. So you can freely manipulate the CRAM as you need. It's not automatic. You need to handle the palette allocation yourself because I cannot predict what user wants on or what they do not want. So that's just a limitation that I cannot help with.
There we go. So why isn't it saving?
Is it not saving? What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to change the alpha to a magenta.
Oh, I already forgot how to change the colors in the palette.
It's just not like changing, you know. It's
Well, it does not matter because the first color in the palette is always transparent on Saturn anyway, so...
yeah, okay. So if I were
So
to close this without saving, close this, and I open up Drone.tg. Okay, so the transparent layer is still the transparent layer.
Yeah.
It saved black too on the 64 color palette. Oh boy. All right. Anyway, let's try loading that TGA up as a sprite. And so you have this nice little compartmentalized thing going on here, and I'm not sure if we need to keep that thing like the container. Like, can we assign the sprite to a container?
Well, I have not made that logic. You would probably use the GUI control to create like an image control. So if you look into the source code, you see I have added a bunch of header files with different elements in them.
Okay, and then
Yeah, so since you are now going to try to load an indexed sprite, the loading becomes a bit more involved.
oh,
Because I cannot hold your hand much when dealing with Cram, or else you will end up like in Joe where you have absolutely no control over Cram.
so then
So
I'm not using
you
this
need
loader.
You need to let me check the. I'm a bit slower this month. There's lots of on my mind, so you need to
I get it.
wait a bit. I need to look into the samples. It's funny. I designed this system and I can't remember anything right now. So where have I used it? I think I used it here. We've got it.
Well, while you're looking it up, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick, so I'll leave everyone with a nice visual of the game running for the next 30 seconds or so. Be right back.
Let me see. Yeah, I have found it. I'll try to find a simpler one.
I'm back, and I have a Fanta.
Ooh, Fanta.
Yeah. Fanta and a bagel. Anyway, so we have our text layout the way we like. We have the choices, at least being able to be controlled to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
We have a strawberry Fanta.
Okay, so the code you actually want is already present in the GUI demo, and it's in the font.hpp.
Oh, I forgot we even had headers in this thing. Let's go check it out. So, GUI subfolder. Actually, let me do it in here so you guys can see what's up. And then, what was it called?
Font.
Just the font. Oh, okay. Yeah, because the font definitely is paletted.
Yeah, and in the init, line 44 is where it starts. And line 50 is where it ends.
Why do you mean it sound like it was going to be really bad?
Yeah, so on line 46, you find every cram bank in your color mode that you want. And that will give you an index to the cram that you can use.
Here,
Next
so I'll
line is reserving that bank, so only you can use it.
So let's go over here and just for portrait number 0, I'll just do what type is the cram bank?
It's
int32.
uint 8.
Well, it just says int32t right here.
Yeah, you can use that.
I mean, uint 8 will save space, so I'll go with it.
I'll just use the 32. I think there might be also... It's int 32, so it might give -1 as an error if it's full. Yeah, it says returns -1 if no free bank was found.
0 port 0 bank.
Palette.
Yeah, we'll do PAL.
I call them bank because for the manager, for the memory manager, it's banks. It's split into banks.
Now info, that's different.
Info, that comes from the TGA, so you can just do port 0 before the if case. And font 0, port 0, get info, and that will give you bitmap info.
Like so?
Yeah. You will need to get it later as well, so...
Oh jeez, this thing's just showing up all over the place.
Yeah, that's... So, to explain what all these lines do, line 49 finds a free bank that you can use. Line 50 like locks that bank, so when you call get free bank again, it will not return that same bank again. And line 51 creates a palette stacked, and line 52 loads that palette to the cram.
Okay.
Did that make any sense?
No, yeah, it's perfectly. Yeah. You're reserving and checking out a palette index that has a fixed CRAM memory address, so you can reference it later when you do the draw command. Speaking of draw commands,
and the great thing is, in SRL, if you are drawing sprites using the included scene2d commands. You do not need to remember what bank the color are in. Only if you want to override the palette index. But by default, the information about that is stored inside.
So wait, this is just a loading. This is not a drawing function there. So
Drawing is under. There's a draw function
I didn't see
for
it.
the font.
Here's get size, get letter sprite.
Get letter sprite that gives you the index in the letter. And
Yeah,
if you want to see how it is drawn, go to the label, because label is the actual object that draws the things. I have just made like a global font handler, and label uses that.
This draws a rectangle. Okay. Handle message. Draw a rectangle.
So the controls that I designed here, I made it basically the same as WinForms on Windows do. Each control can receive a message, and in this case I've implemented only the selection and draw commands. So when you call draw in the main loop on the container, it goes through its children and calls draw on them. It will not show up in the place. Yeah, well, I have set WinForms. It's designed the same way because I do not know how to design something else.
Hey, if it works, it works.
Yeah, it's simple design. Line 1.4 is still initialization. It's not the game loop, so it will not show up.
Wait, where's the game loop?
Game loop is way below here. You can see the
Yeah. I still gonna have to set some sort of property there, so I'll leave that there.
Well, what you also need to do is, if you want to use this function, you need to load to VDP1, right? The image.
Oh,
you forgot to do that.
Oh crap. Okay, well
you have only loaded the
into memory. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we want it in RAM.
So you use VDP1 and you use the try load texture. And here you have two options. You either give it the bitmap and the palette handler, or you load it yourself, basically.
Texture. So what's the first entry?
First entry, give it the bitmap.
Okay. Portrait 0. And then
it needs to be dereferenced, I think. And the second entry is a pointer to bitmap loader function. So take the bitmap loading you have here and put that into the function. So you can reference it in here. Above main, create a new function for the palette loading stuff.
Oh, okay. Now you lost me there now.
You can. I can write you the function and give it to you on Discord. Just give me a second.
So like a palette handler?
Yeah, palette handler. Same as in Joe, but instead of it being static, it's just referenced.
Why can't I just give the palette index? I thought that was the whole point of this.
Add that overload again. Well, the point of of it doing it in the font loader, because font loader loads everything itself. So, give me a second.
I thought the palette handler was like implicit in the in this little code block right over here.
Well, this is the CRAM memory manager. The SRL CRAM is CRAM memory manager. And VDP1 needs to use that. But some users can have like load multiple sprites with the same palette. And that's the reason behind the palette handler.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Can I not just give it an index for the palette?
Yeah, that's a good point. I need to add that overload.
Oh, okay.
That has not come across my mind to add that, but it's a good point that I should add that. So I will just write a small function to do that, and give me a minute.
Yeah, sure. In the meantime, void palette manager. Now's a good time for me to fix up another sprite. Let's get our scepter in the frame. So that's 12 on her right, and $13 on her left. Can move her over one. It's 20. And
I have sent you the loader.
22. One more to the right. Okay. Sorry, I got caught up on just trying to make another sprite. There's Vix. And then let's give her a 64 color palette. Let's save as. Right one. All right. Here's Vix. Close that, and then you sent me a nitty bitty little code block. Let me put in my portrait number 1 as well. And I'll
You do not need that anymore. You do not need to remember in your code what number of palette it is.
Okay, alright. So load palette will. What is that doing for me?
Well, first it finds a free bank. Then, if there is a free bank, it loads the palette data into it, and then it locks it.
Okay, so
you put this. No. Just put load palette inside the try load texture.
Oh,
The second parameter.
Right. And no argument for load palette?
No, not even the brackets. Just the name.
Oh, it's a reference. Sorry. Yeah. Function reference. Do I delete this this code block?
Yeah, you can just delete that. No longer needed.
Okay.
Yeah, and after the try load, you can just delete the port 0. No longer needed as well.
All right. Well,
And the try load texture will return the index of the sprite.
at that point, I didn't even need multiple ports, but whatever.
Well, don't forget to just delete the one before loading another one, because then you will have a memory leak.
It does not like high color or bitmap.
Because I'm using the usings, so you need to specify SRL type high color.
SRL bitmap?
No, types. It's in types.
Types. Alright.
Yeah, and now you have working palette loader.
Okay. I'll and then when I want a free port, do I just delete port, or?
Yeah, just delete port.
But then I want to use it right afterwards, and that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. But then how do I call up these textures? Do I return an index of some kind here?
The try load texture returns an index to the loaded texture, so you can just use that.
So then we'll do.
Don't forget to delete another port as well.
Int AT.
Int 32 it should be.
Oh, it's int 32 return type. All right. 2. Or I guess I should do like 0. I'll do 1 and 2. I'll 1 index for the stuff that's gonna be scripted. Okay, and then when we loaded it, where did we load it? Delete port. Right. Okay, so now we have port 1 and port 2 called. So the portraits we also want to have.
You want to create a new control for them. Probably
Yeah.
you'll call it like a picture box or something, I guess. So what you can do is in the GUI you can create a new header and copy the control.hpp header to create a new one.
Control.hp. Oh, okay, wait.
Yeah, this is like the base header. So if you, for example, look at the container or button, they all use this control and override stuff.
Okay, so I
Label
should.
is probably the simplest one.
Okay, so I should do Let me just.
You can either copy this one or copy one of the others and just edit it. I think the label is the simplest one of them.
All right. I mean, label has more stuff in it than rectangle, but I'll take it.
But rectangle is not a control.
Oh, whoops. Yeah. Okay. And then we'll call this. It's gonna be.
You can call it picture, for example, .hpp or portrait.hpp.
Okay.
Right. I will just rename the label to portrait, to picture or whatever he named it.
So instead of label text, we're gonna have.
Well, first rename everything from the label and remove what you don't want. So instead of label control, it will say picture control, and yeah. In the constructor, it will just take the int32 for the for the
here.
Right.
Right. Dex. All right. And that's we don't need a pass by reference. It's gonna be
you don't need the pointer int32.
Right. Dex, and then we'll do this .sprite dex. Okay. Location.
If you want to know just a tip, it's just my preference for the styling in the C++. Many people do it differently, but whenever a variable is private, I just have it all lowercase.
Okay.
Because
But
public
even
are
between
uppercase.
Okay, like this?
No, just like the first letter.
Okay, so
First letter is
camel case.
Yeah, if it's like a private variable, so the public ones have uppercase starting, but you have just done it completely opposite. The dex is private because that is a function parameter and is local to the function. And the sprite dex is public because that's public from the class, that's exposed outside.
I interpret it differently, but yeah. All right.
I prefer this code style. Other people prefer the just type everything uppercase. I know at work there's like 6 different code styles in a single file because around 100 people edit that file and it's a mess.
Okay, I think we can just straight up get rid of handle message because this is not meant to be carried.
No, you cannot. If you do that, you will get nothing on the screen.
Okay.
Because this message will receive the draw command from the GUI.
So it's an event listener type deal.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a draw command though.
Yeah, in here, screen location is what you want to use for your sprite. So you can remove. No, go down. You don't need to go up anywhere outside of that. Okay. Just replace that one, and everything after line 63 is useless except the 78.
Yeah, I was
line 7.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, okay. I'll just Yeah, and then I don't really need this, so.
Yeah, and maybe that's all you need.
I did one too many. These, no return statement or anything like that.
No, not needed.
Yeah.
It's a void function, so not needed.
Well,
And again, some people want to add it.
I normally do, but whatever. I'm going to adapt your code style because it's your code base. I don't want to mix up conventions.
Now you are already editing it. And I do not plan to do anything more with this sample, so it's already yours.
No, I mean because I'm living
Okay.
inside SRL now,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
I want my code to look more similar to SRL.
Yeah. So
Okay.
what
Anyway,
happens? Just to explain what happens with this vector math in here. The rectangle is an area where this control should be drawn, because you can be inside a container that is offset somewhere on the screen and it has some size. So the rectangle gives you the draw area you can be in.
We do need to modify the size though, because right now it's getting size from font, and we need to change it to
No,
size.
you do not need to do that. That's the origin.
Huh. But it's
Let me see.
grabbing
Oh,
origin from
because
font.
you need to get size of the sprite, because the sprite
Yes.
is set to have its origin in middle of the sprite. So the screen location you put into draw sprite is in middle of the sprite. So what is happening here actually on line 61 is offsetting that.
Yeah. So can we get the size of the sprite?
Yeah, you can.
Is that from? We get it.
That is inside VDP1 class.
Okay. So let's try. FXP is just one number though.
So leave that in. Leave that as is. Because you can see on the next line there's the rectangle location plus location of the picture you have, and then there's plus the vector 2D, right? And that is size of the image by half. So what you would do is on the top in line 60 you would add another line to get two sizes, or you can also use it like that. And
here, okay, let's do it. Size H, size B, whatever. Make it clean. So size H, we want. We don't like this.
You want to get height of the image. So to get height of the image, you need to look into the VDP1 textures. So you do this, and then you write textures. Now, not texture, but textures. Let me see if texture has all you need. Yeah, it has all you need. That is an array, so as for the address, no, not that. The texture is an array, and here you put the sprite dex.
I think you're. Are you watching on Twitch or are you watching in Discord?
On Twitch.
Okay, that's why there's delay. Yeah.
I'll just watch you on Discord because it's great.
Okay.
Also, you have no music on. Oh, I have it muted. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So I'll just take the sprite dex.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
And
now?
Instead of the arrow height, it's just that height. Because now it's dereferenced once you put the sprite text in there.
So wait, where do I fix that? Over here?
No, the very last arrow.
Oh. Dot?
Yeah.
And
that gives you the height in... I forgot what is... Yeah, it's in pixels, so it's in 16.
Okay, so then we should have you at 16 instead.
Yeah, exactly.
And then this should be width.
Yeah. Now you need to divide them by 2 because you want to offset from the middle of the sprite.
Oh no, we just
That's
put it
why
over
there's the shift.
size H, and then size W.
Congratulations.
There we go.
You have created an offset vector.
Right, and then screen location is
Screen location is just a 3D vector because the draw sprite takes a 3D vector, and its last argument is the Z layer. So in the GUI I have it set up so it's 500 exactly. And this is all you need to draw a sprite.
Okay, now let's, we probably should include
Don't forget
that.
to save and include it.
Yeah. Now, where does it get included? Under control?
No. In the main.
HPP. And then, let's try to handle that now. So we've loaded these images, but now we want to create a picture control. So let's copy over portrait. There we go. Container.
So you want to add it to the screen container because that is the topmost container.
Yeah, well that's happening here, but I need to make sure that I'm using the picture control. So
yeah,
GUI container, what is because the buttons came from their own thing. GUI button.
Instead of container, just type picture.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
See, it's already
portrait left.
And instead of new container, it's new picture.
Yeah.
GUI picture.
And then location.
And the parameter for the constructor is the index of the of the portrait.
Keep that. 1.
So it's port 1.
Where did I declare port 1? Okay, good.
Then you set location, you do not have size.
So let's.
And you do not have other thing.
134. Actually, where's the title? I got this from title, right? So title starts at 134. We'll subtract away 64. So we'll start it at 70. So they're starting pretty high up on the screen, actually. And then the size was, what was it, like 40 or 56 by 64?
You do not have size, you do not have the background color, and you also do not have the border color.
Oh, yeah.
You need to remove those.
Okay, so it's retrieving the size. Okay.
Yeah, and you need to remove the replace the title
there we
like
go.
that. Yeah.
And then we'll do portrait right. Is there like a hide command where it's like, okay, this is still there, but just don't display it or don't draw it?
Yeah, if you on the container it has you set the 0 size, it hides it, but you can also add it to your picture box.
I'll just assume it's going to be drawn for now. Okay, so now the portraits are being drawn and they're added to screen container. The screen container is going to recursively call all its relevant draw commands, so I don't have to add anything in the wild.
In the order you have added them. So if you added the portraits last, it will be on top of everything.
Right. But I think right now that part doesn't matter too much because after that is just the buttons and also they're not overlapping anything. So let's try to compile and run that.
Yay!
What? Okay, no. I didn't want that to be the first time that got... portrait number 2.
You forgot the thing.
Yeah, I forgot the offset. Title holder right, 210. Actually, no. What's the total? Where's the total text box size? Main text box is 18 plus 284 minus 56, 246. So let's put VIX on X246. So the idea here is, and I'm very grateful for you and Seven showing up to help me out getting this done so quickly, is that I'm trying to like generate the engine. I mean, basically you're doing it for me for the most part at this point, but I'm trying to generate the quest engine, you know, like the dialogue and quest engine for the game.
Yay.
Yeah. They're not the size. The size is different. The height is different. That's throwing me off. Did I screw this up somehow? So how big is this guy? This is 48. Oh. That's 48 by 256. Let me change 48 by 256 or 56.
I don't.
There we go. Save. And then I will change her offset by another 8.
I don't think you need to. If they are the same size.
No, because that offset I made it manually. The horizontal offset, I did it manually.
You are editing title.
Okay, good catch. However, still, I assumed she was 8 wider than she is, so I put her 8 to the left further than she is now. So now I need to move that back up to 2, 5, 4. And they can both stand to be a lot lower than they are, so I'll put them down at 80. Ah, jeez. Don't want to do it from there. 80. 80. And then I'll also change the titles text to their names. Grin. I really probably do need more characters now that I think about it, because I want to put titles in there too. There we go. And that's practically exact. Oh, the frickin' title's too short still.
What probably would be a good idea to improve this is to add to a function to the label called how it's called calculate size, that would return the size required by the label.
Yeah, but if you're going to do that, and if you want it formatted this way, you also need to dynamically adjust the formatting of the box size, right?
Yeah, and that's what the handle message is for, because you would add a message like request size, and the label would respond with the requested size. So then the container would resize itself.
Let's make them 112. Ah, jeez. That's adding 20. Push it back by 20. Then add 20. I hope I'm spelling the names of my own characters right, because now I'm looking at it and I'm starting to get nervous. Yeah, no, I spelled it right. I've been writing this character long enough where I can spell her name correctly. I just got a little bit paranoid, that's all. Yeah. Because the thing is here, if you're doing it like the way that we're laying it out here, the right stuff needs to be right aligned, right?
Mm-hmm.
So right now it's left aligned because that's the most obvious way to do it, but we would have to figure out the size and the offset dynamically. It's probably not really worth it doing. I'm fine with it being like this. In fact, I could probably do it in such a way where it's like, okay, if you're... No, I think I just leave it like this. Is fine. Now the only thing that's missing... So right now we do have like dynamically like... What the... Hey, check that out. Isn't that crazy?
I think you have probably added...
Why is test 1 triggering a sprite draw?
Why is it?
So button
Test
1. Set message, add child, button 1. But button 1 is completely defined here. There's no reason for button 1 to be calling a picture that we just invented.
Oh, I might know. In the label. But no, it would draw them many times if that was the case. Why is that?
Hey, let's do a little experiment. Okay? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I think one of the letters got overwritten by spread index thing. Is there a cast happening? Well, I mean, would the cast actually affect anything? That's the real question. I don't think it would.
Well, what you want to look at is the set message function.
All right, and that's under button right now. Let me.
No, you can see it on line 135 is referenced as set message. And that's just doing that, nothing else.
I think what's happening is that one specific index might be doing something funny. I think, okay, so it looks like maybe O or something to the effect, so let's see. Oh, you do it all capitals. Okay.
You would need to add the letters to the font.
No, I get it. I'm just...
But it's not O.
It's not O. It's something to do
that?
with a button.
Is it that?
You have pressed the first button.
Dot.
What do you mean dot? There's no dot there. There's an exclamation point, but...
It's there. You have pressed the... Oh, exclamation mark.
Yeah. Let's do some ASCII home row stuff. Yeah, maybe the index you're using for some of the characters are unsafe.
Well, the exclamation mark, I think it's the first actual character in the
Loud.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, like Seven, we can't. Like I forgot you were even here because you haven't been talking, but I cannot understand a single freaking. It's like the Peanuts. You're like a teacher from the Peanuts.
It's the Xbox microphone.
Okay, so she's there. There she is.
Oh,
right there.
It's the exclamation mark.
Yeah.
Why is it doing that to the exclamation mark?
Let's go find out. Let's find the font parser.
Let's find the culprit.
So you do have the scanning thing going on here. So real quick, let's look up the ASCII table just so I have it for my in my head. $33. Something about 33 is screwing us up. All right. What's 33 in hex? That's like... Ah, geez, I had to think. All right, here.
There's a better ASCII table online that has the hexadecimal numbers as well.
Okay, x21. Oh, I think I know what it is already. I think I can tell you right now. It's a greater than and equals instead of a greater than or vice versa.
Oh, that might be it.
I bet you so much money. There. OX21. If it's less... No, OX21 should still be allowed. Hey, another option. And let me just test this out real quick. The ASCII table... Jeez, I wish I had a good one. Open
because
quotation.
the exclamation mark is very first letter. Isn't that because
and
I
then,
have wrong start? Wrong start point?
ASCII 32, I assume, would get us Dren. Or escape quotation mark or something like that. But for some reason, I think we're overwriting. We're overwriting the 33rd index somehow. But that would imply...
Can you print what index the Dren gets saved to?
Okay, let's figure it out. So right now Vix is the culprit. She's the one that's like... Do we... What's sprint here?
SRL debug print.
Okay. And then let's do that inside the while loop. Debug. Prints. So SRL debug print. And then it's just like printf, right?
Yeah.
N is on %D, and then Vix is on %D. Oh, what's your problem here? What? I don't understand this issue.
You forgot to add the coordinates of the text. The first two parameters are line and row.
One.
Row and column.
Right. So the first real character, I don't think it's I think it's space. So, but that's space is thrown out by this. So the first character that's not being thrown out by this parser is OX21, which is exclamation point. But its actual value, its like real life value, is 33. However, I think you don't bother loading the space character. So the first actual sprite that gets loaded in this program is exclamation point. If we just open up the font, right? If we go all the way up to the top, the very first sprite is this like 8x8, I assume, deal. This guy. Then after that would be open quote. Just for my edification, I'm gonna try this. Number 5. We'll do escape double quote, and that'll parse as a quotation mark, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, this is just wacky. So if you can, like, if you zoom in over here, an exclamation mark is being printed on top of Vix right now.
So it's one off then.
I mean, it's not even enough by one thing. It's like it's the first time you try to print it, that happens, and the second time you try to print it, it doesn't happen. So, the heck? So Dren is index 0, Vix is index 1.
No, but I don't see the quotation marks. You have put quotation marks and it printed the explanation mark instead. So it's one off.
Okay, let me get rid of all the exclamations on there, right? Over there. Do I have any one? Nope.
You only want the quotation marks.
Yeah, let's try the open quote, see what happens. Such a weird freaking bug.
I think it's just one off.
She's there.
Yeah, it's one off.
Interesting.
So my math is wrong in the font.
Oh.
The very last return is wrong for the characters at the very start of the table.
Okay, let me do a quick screen capture of this. Just as a sanity check. Okay. Now let's compare. 4 space ampersand. So
because if you look at the ASCII table, they are not next to each other. These ones, these special characters, they are all over the place.
Okay, let's look at the ASCII table after this. But there are mistakes being made though. Like Octothorpe is being printed as quotation. How do we get the @ symbol? Okay, the @ symbol is far enough away where it's safe, I guess. So somewhere, what's the most egregious example?
I think it's everyone before 0 now. Before 0 digit. Which one is wrong? The last is question mark, which is correct. Then there are angle brackets, that is correct. And then you have the normal brackets, correct. Star, correct. And correct.
So it looks like it doesn't start getting incorrect until before.
It's incorrect.
Here.
No, it's incorrect. The first few. Did I miss a symbol?
No, I think like $sign looks right to me. So like after Octothorpe we should get $, and the Octothorpe is a quotation mark, but the $sign is a $sign.
Let me see the real ASCII paper.
Oh, Seven Shades fixed one of his problems too.
I'm currently also trying to fix a problem.
Yeah,
We cannot
we
get
love
the
our
CD
live bug
loading
checking.
correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's see if we can't fix this indexing issue right now, though. And I think maybe we could call it a day because both you and Seven are like fixing some fundamental problems I'd want to have. And also, you know, I don't want to keep you here for the actual 5 hours that I warned you might happen.
I have a free day tomorrow, so that's okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, not free,
So,
but I'll be able to do offline stuff. I'm not gonna be able to stream, but I don't think we need a stream to get some of this stuff done. Okay, font. Here, I mean, the problem has to be here somehow, but the letter gets parsed.
no, I think
upstream.
the problem is 101 line, but because that's doing the offset from the font start.
Why is it minus 22 instead of 21?
Minus 22. I forgot. Uppercase is minus 20, which is correct because that goes from 61 to 40, from 97 to 65. That is correct. To get the lowercase. That will put our base at there's space character, but that should not be included.
No, you cut
That
it off
should
because that would be OX20.
But if you move that, it will get broken.
Yeah,
for every character.
I'm surprised that this part works at all. Like this offset here, this OX22 feels like a mistake. It feels like that's something that happened up here. But let me do a quick...
Decimal 44 is the double quotation marks. So it's before the exclamation mark, and that is where it breaks.
Right. But 33 is, as we established, OX21.
Yeah. Try OX21, maybe it will work anyway.
But we are including OX21 in this return.
Let me think. What is font start? I forgot what font start is.
I don't think this thing would work if font start was...
Get texture font.
What?
That's done.
Oh, no. That font start is the start index. So that's the first index.
Yeah, so if I want... it's a count, so if there is nothing before it, it's a 0. Right?
And now let's verify that there's nothing before it. When do I load in my textures, and when do you load in the font? First we load in the background, then we free that, then we load in the sprites, then the GUI setup. So it shouldn't.
Yeah, it should be 21. It should be 21.
Where? This minus?
Instead of 22, yeah.
Okay, now, I get what you're going for here, but I just keep in mind, all the other letters are correct. And this is an offset that affects everyone that's a valid character.
Yeah, but I think I might have the valid characters wrong as well.
I mean, here, we're building a pile, but I think it's going to scramble the alphabet. But also, like, when do you load your freaking font? Is it in the header?
In the main.
Main. So there's
74.
74. Okay, no, init font. You see how this happens after I load my sprites? I think me loading your sprites screwed up some of your assumptions. So when you print a space, are you trying to print? Maybe not a space, but maybe you're trying to print like.
when you call for a space, it should return -1 from the function,
Right. But
which
does that
is
result in a draw call, or does that just result in skipping to the next?
just skip.
Yeah. So I think. Oh,
Looks like
boy.
Polish now.
Okay.
It's just in Polish.
All of the alphabet is off by 1, but
It's
the
not.
problem. I don't think.
Look at line 6. It shows quotation marks, and I think that is what you put in there.
Um. mm, Honestly,
So it's not all wrong.
It's frustrating that it's not all wrong. It should be either all wrong or not.
Well, first thing that happens is the uppercase conversion.
Okay. So yeah, line 4 should be space. What is it? At symbol? I forget what it's called. Octothorpe. So the octothorpe isn't even right anymore. So the at symbol turned into an actual A, which like baffles me.
But the percent is correct.
Is it though? So after the at symbol, which is where the A is right now, we should have an octothorpe. That's a $sign. Then we should have a $sign. That's a percent symbol. So we got a whole bunch of off by 1 going off. Like up until when? Like I don't even know how plus got in there. Like I didn't add plus into the mix. That wasn't me. And then the question mark got turned into the at symbol.
But why next line?
Yeah.
Is
next
it
line.
happening? Is it happening at the rendering time?
Oh, you know what's funny? So remember all these indexes are off by 1 because all the numbers are off by 1 now. But yeah, quotation mark is correct. It's the only correct thing here. Literally the only one.
And if you put exclamation mark and every of the characters at the start of the ASCII table, those are wrong. All
right. Sorry, what?
The first is exclamation mark, which should be correct now, right?
Well, I didn't even put I removed the exclamation mark because I was resulting in that weird drawing call.
Just make it a single line.
Here, I put the exclamation mark back, and let me just let me put in the ASCII series instead. That way we can try to diagnose this properly. So we got space, exclamation, double quote, octothorpe, $sign. I need to escape that. Percent symbol.
I'm just missing whether I'm missing a character somewhere.
Ampersand.
In my font.
Open apostrophe. I'll escape that. Parentheticals. Star. Asterisk. Okay. Plus. Comma. Hyphen. Period. / and then the numbers. Okay. And then if we go and look at your font, it's
yeah, I am missing a character in there.
What?
The hashtag.
Oh, the octothorpe? Oh,
it's right after right after the
open quote. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, that's how you came to 22.
I can fix that if you want.
No, I'll fix it right now. we'll go do a little bit ace spreading. Now that I spent $20, I might as well use it. You know?
So what you want to do when you're dealing with this is go to sprite at the top or view in the view. I think it's in the view. No.
Right? Yeah.
Open. There should be. Click on view. There should be grid. Yeah, grid. Grid settings at both. Everything set to 8. And the X and Y also. Oh, that's okay. Now you have the grid.
Okay, I just want to add
canvas
8 to this. So 536 becomes
move it
544.
one down.
What?
So 544 and move it down. So no. Move all characters down like that, because we then need to only move the 2 on top.
Okay, let's make ourselves an Octothorpe. Where's the pencil tool? Which one's the? Oh, okay, there we go. Do.
No, it's the hashtag.
Yeah, I know. I'm making.
So...
oh wait, I'm a little bit.
If you make it slanted, I don't think it will work. just make it.
No. It'll be fine. Check it.
Oh, okay. I will shut up. I'll let the master work.
No, we're doing hashtag art here, literal hashtag art.
What if you do the horizontal ones straight?
Yeah, you know what? You're not wrong. That looks hideous. Now we'll just do it stupid like. So for everyone watching on stream that isn't like passively like vegetating while like doing more important things like playing Minecraft or whatever, I just want to point out that this is an instance where in an actual like game development setting, like if you had an actual like teams of people that don't necessarily talk to each other every freaking day, this would be oh jeez. This would be an example of somehow the artist screwing up the code and causing an error that the programmers might not be able to catch. So the lesson here is really artists should learn to code to help not sabotage the efforts of the programmers. I hope that makes sense.
Probably.
All right, let's recompile and run. I mean, that music would have worked a lot better 5 minutes ago, but okay. Now let's get some more exciting music in here. We just fixed a bug. There we go. All right.
Now it's working. Yay!
I'm happy. Are you happy? My Octothorpe even looks legible. Okay. It's 4 o'clock, so we've been at this for 3 hours. Now, the original goal was for us to talk about how we managed or strategize on how to tackle a scripting system so that people could like write text.
I have remade the Octothorpe. You can try that one whether it's better.
Okay, listen. What I think is going to happen now. I think we can call it a day now since we've been at it for 3 hours, and like the actual hard part that I was anticipating, the scripting engine for the quest system or the dialogue system for the visual novel is that's probably going to be like an intractable another 4 or 5 hours minimum. So
Yeah, I need to fix the CD loading because it works if you load the whole file at once, but does not work if you load it as chunks.
And that's probably what we want to do. That, or we break up
Yeah.
the game into like chapters that can fit into like a quarter of low work RAM. Funny story. When I was editing the Bastard Baroque translation, I found out that literally all the game's text gets loaded up in low work RAM. All of it. Like they just have a giant text file, and it's just in there in ASCII.
Yeah, you could have like in the scripting, you could have just indexed that this text should be here and not have the text itself in the file. That can also work.
Yeah. I mean, it might start to get a little bit over-engineered if you're like making a scripting for the scripting, but like just being able to tell the game, yeah, just load in a small chunk of the file. Just open the file stream, skip to this index, load that. Would be better than having to keep everything in low work RAM and not giving yourself any room to work with for like loading sprites.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I think if you're cool with it, I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna thank you and Seven for coming on.
Just try the new hashtag whether it looks good.
Okay, fine. Show me the new hashtag. I'll drop it in.
I have sent it to you on the on Discord.
The thing about Discord is that it's everything is so freaking tiny.
You cannot click on it. Or I can just send you the whole TGA file. That would be easier for you.
Yeah. So I think this got destroyed because.
No, that's how it should look.
All right, let me delete
or
this.
I did. No, I inverted the colors again. Stupid me.
Well, if you inverted the colors, then the shadowing is also incorrect. But I can fix that. Here, let me
just redraw it in the opposite direction.
Where's the
it should be. I did it again.
There we go. No, this fixes it. Just real quick. Right there. Yeah, it looks a lot closer to 4+ signs than an octothorpe, but that's just me being biased. So let me save this, and I'll turn off the debug statement as well, and we'll get one last final nice looking screenshot before we call it a day. All right. I liked mine better, but that's mostly because of
it doubles the lines again.
Yeah, it's not doing you justice. Anyway,
well,
I mean, I need to work on this engine more for like the quest part of the quest system for the RPG stuff, but also I already have like a story written for these two characters, which is why I generated these sprites. And one of these characters doesn't even show up in scenario proper. So I might end up just like for a Christmas special, just releasing a short visual novel once this engine is running before using that engine in the scenario build proper. But
sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah, but like I said, thank you, Ray and Seven, for coming on. Thanks for re-upping everyone's follows, everyone's, AM25 and Millennium Chain. Thanks for all the new chatters today. More than a few new chatters. We got Fart Daily and Squillabob, telling me, to support indie creators. Will somehow has not chatted on here until now, but, so better late than never. Thanks for coming on, Will. We'll go ahead and call it a day, and I'll see you guys next time, hopefully with actual gameplay of Scenario proper, or maybe just a more finished version of the visual novel prologue / prequel, which I will come up with a name for later. I think that's it. Bye, everyone.
Bye.